Alright, so I'm going to start this one off by congratulating Myles Garrett for breaking the all-time single-season sack record, setting a new record at 23 sacks flat. Congratulations, one of the best defensive players that we have seen in a very long time, one of the best pass rushers I have seen probably in my entire life. So once again, congratulations to Myles Garrett on breaking that record, achieving history in the National Football League. And as for the Cincinnati Bengals, which this video will be about, by the way, if you haven't already been able to tell at this point, they lose to the shitty Cleveland Browns in the last week of the season in heartbreaking fashion, giving up a game-winning field goal as time expires to lose at home, by the way. They were at home, and they lost to the shitty-ass Cleveland Browns, led by a quarterback who was sacked, 5 or 6 times with a 50 completion percentage. Went through 100 yards the whole game and fumbled and had a turnover. He didn't throw one touchdown. The running game was lackluster. He can't throw because he can't read a defense. I mean, listen, people are going to think he's some fucking stud because they won this game. They scored 2 touchdowns on defense. They got a scoop and a score and a pick 6. If you take even one of those away, they lost the game, right? So, he led the offense to 6 points. And they won, and that's a testament to even when the Cincinnati defense balls out, plays out of their mind, plays actual good football for once in the whole season, they find a way to lose the game. Lose the game because they are the Cincinnati Bengals, folks. That's just what they kind of do. It's hard-coded into their DNA. And there's not really much they can do about it because of the Bengals, and they're pretty much a cursed franchise at this point. Might as well sell the team, move them to wherever the fuck, bumfuck Arkansas, and call it wraps, right? End it off there, but they won't, obviously. They're going to stay in Cincinnati. And listen, something I want to address, I guess a proverbial elephant in the room here, is that Zac Taylor is just such a shit coach. It's not even funny. I mean, once again, I don't even know how he's still employed within the NFL. Cincinnati, I know their owners are historically pretty cheap when it comes to player salary and payroll and not moving on from coaches enough. Like, they gave Marvin Lewis 20 fucking years and he never won a playoff game. Zac Taylor has one fluke Super Bowl run, and that's that. And he has no success before and after other than that, and he's still the coach. I mean, this isn't a winning coach. This isn't a guy who instills confidence in the locker room. The players don't look like they're playing hard for him. They almost look like they're playing hard in spite of Zac Taylor. They're essentially saying to Zac Taylor, see, look, this is what I can do. And without you, I'd probably be doing fucking better. Once again, the defense was great. Burrow was pretty good. I mean, their offense played, they played good. The whole game they played good and they lost. Even when they're playing good, they should have absolutely murdered the Cleveland Browns in this game. They should have picked off Shedeur Sanders probably 4 times in this game, but they didn't. They didn't pick him off. I mean, they did force a fumble, but they played, even when they play good, there's things that go wrong, things that don't go their way, and they end up losing. And the sad fact is, they took the lead at the end of the game, and then they fucking blew it, and they lost. And Zac Taylor is just incompetent. It is what it is, man. That's what he is, and Zac Taylor is gone. There's no way. On Monday, we're going to be hearing how he's fired, right? And there's going to be a lot of coaches fired on Monday. I'm saying maybe there's going to be 5 or 6 coaches that are going to be fired. They're going to be shit canned. And Zac Taylor has to be one of them. There's no way any competent front office sees this guy as their coach and says, okay, well, looking at the bigger picture in this situation, looking at the full body of work, he's done a great job turning this team around and making us a successful, proud franchise once again. Fuck no. That isn't the case whatsoever. When you look at the full picture, when you look at the entire body of work Zac Taylor is put as the head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals, it is nothing short of mediocrity other than one fluke fucking year. And another year where they went to the AFC title game and then lost, so it didn't really matter in the grand scheme of everything, right? So 2 decent seasons, the rest are garbage. Just once again, just shit can the guy. Tell him to go fuck off, go fuck yourself, go coach some fucking Division III high school team in Georgia or whatever the fuck, right? Just tell him to go work at a Pikeville Waffle House. Just send him elsewhere because he doesn't belong anywhere near an NFL field. And it's become apparently clear and apparently obvious to basically everyone with a half-functioning brain, not even full functioning. You don't need to be literate to understand this guy is a scrub as the head coach in this league. So it begs a question, why the fuck is he still the head coach of the Bengals? It's because they're cheap. It's because they don't want to move on. They think maybe whoever's going to replace him is going to be even worse than him, which is almost impossible, seeing as what he's done as of the past couple of years. He's fucked the team over, right? He's made questionable fucking calls. He's made terrible decisions. There's minimal to no accountability. There's nothing here that indicates this is a coach that you should keep for the long run. And they'll end up extending this guy. I guarantee you they're going to end up extending this guy because they're afraid that the next coach that they're going to find is going to be a fucking disaster. Trust me, it can't get any worse than this guy. Like, literally, it can't get worse. There's probably high school coaches that are better than this guy, and that might even be putting it lightly. Maybe some Arena League coaches would be better than this fucking scrub. Let's call spade a spade in this video. So cheap owners, a team that, is almost playing hard in spite of their shit coach. An offense that looks good one drive, looks dysfunctional the next. A defense the whole year that was just getting carved up by whoever the fuck, by a bunch of randoms, right? By a bunch of fucking brown shirts out there. And it really is crazy to see. This team a couple years ago was a Super Bowl threat, a threat to win the whole damn thing. And now this is what they're reduced to. Every year they go into the season with a bit of expectation and they let every fucking person down. That's the whole cycle of the Bengals is, they're trashed for like fucking 7 years in a row and they hire a new coach. The coach sucks for the first year and a half or 2 years. And then all of a sudden they have fucking, they're great. They're in a playoff position. And, then they go back to mediocrity and they're shit and they fire the coach and they restart, right? This is the cycle repeating itself, right? And you gotta hope that if you're a Bengals fan, you really gotta hope and you really gotta pray that they fire this guy and get a good hire. They get someone that is qualified, that can do the job, that can succeed, that can take this team to new heights, to the next level. Someone that, and first of all, a defense, because I know they play good in this game, but let's fucking call spade a spade. Lost to Shedeur Sanders, who is the worst starting quarterback I've ever seen. I'm not joking. I mean, once again, he's the worst starting quarterback I've ever watched. There's nothing good about him. He has no arm. He can't run. He can't read a defense. He can't command an offense. There's no offense he can run. He doesn't look comfortable running under the center. The type formation, single back eye form, doesn't matter. Fucking horrible play fake. Ball handling skills, non-existent. Nothing. He has nothing. He's terrible. He is an objectively garbage quarterback, and anybody who tries to argue that he's not objectively garbage does not know what they are talking about. And don't take them seriously. And this is not a quarterback you should be losing to. Oh, wow, he beat the Raiders. He beat some other fucking team. He beat the Steelers last week, but once again, it wasn't because he was a fucking world beater. Every single one of the wins, it was because their defense fucking played amazing. Right? Like, their wins had nothing to do with him actually doing something. They scored, like, fucking no points in any... Regardless of that, the point is you shouldn't be losing to the worst starting quarterback in the NFL. That should not be fucking happening in any case. And once again, Zac Taylor is a defeated man. These players are defeated players. And they're at a crossroads now. There's a decision to be made here. And the decision to me is clear. The decision to me is fucking obvious. And if it's not obvious to you, I don't know what to tell you. This fucking guy needs to go. He needs to hit the bricks. Hit the bricks, pal. You're done. It's over. Once again, Pikeville Waffle House. Shout out to Kevin Nash. What a fucking beast. But regardless, man, it's just, this is a situation where you have to do the right thing. You have to get rid of this guy. If you don't, everything you've done the past couple of years is considered an abject failure of almost biblical type proportions. Because are you really seriously considering wasting another season with this guy as your coach, seeing what he's done the past couple years as the coach of this team? Seriously, just look at the bigger picture of all of this. This is not a good look for the guy. This is not a good look for the team. This is not a good look for the organization. This is not a good look for even the players, right? To even be putting up with this fucking moron is baffling to begin with. He's utterly unqualified. Once again, he's another one. I don't believe he has any sort of NFL capability. I think he just lucked into a couple of decent years, and he's being exposed for the scrub he really is. So get rid of him. Once again, send him elsewhere. Send him to a fucking a Wendy's in Gainesville, and that's it. Just end of story. Shit can him to a different area, never to be seen again. Get a new coach, reset everything, and a new sort of structure from inside out. And there you go. Clean slate, start all the fucking way over again. There it is. Just reset everything. Don't bother with this shit anymore. Don't take this guy's shit. Don't extend him. Don't put up with him. Don't do anything with him that isn't firing him. You have to fire him, and you have to fire him now because you have no other choice but to fire him because of what he's been doing. So it's over. His reign of terror, his Hamas, ISIS-like reign of terror is officially coming to a close. And a lot of people couldn't be happier. But once again, this is the Bengals. They'll make the wrong decision. This guy will get 4 more fucking years of 6 wins and a bunch of excuses from the front office. And then eventually they'll see the error of their ways and he'll be fired, but not before fucking good players have requested a trade or left completely or even retired because they can't put up with this guy fucking asshole. So it's over. Essentially for Zac Taylor. And you got to start anew. And you got to start anew now, man. Thank you all for watching. This has been Mr. Truth, and this was nothing but the truth.